What's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and what am I standing on? Oh, I am standing on some Allthemodium ore, and I can see over there that there is also some Allthemodium ore, and over here, so you can see I've been quarrying. Down here is also some Allthemodium ore. I haven't actually checked with my X-ray sight to see if I can find any more in these walls. I'm just kind of looking around at the level that they might be at. Yep, there's some right there. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So, now I want to land on it. I want to come. All right, this is getting ridiculous. Okay, anyway, that's not what's important right now, man. So, we obviously have access to some Allthemodium, so why not harvest it? Well, that's because the ultimate goal for me is to make Allthemodium seeds. Now, for each of these, we're going to need an Allthemodium block, which means we're going to need 9 times 4, 18, 36. I mean, 36. Now, there is a possibility that with the methods we have available that those are enough. I mean, that looked like maybe 4, 8. It looked like maybe 12. And that's obviously not enough. But there is something that we can do. And I know that I said the last time that we were going to be working on a magic mod, and we are going to be. I'm doing the prep work for it right now, just getting a bunch of living wood and getting some mana for stuff. But this episode, a little bit more on technology, I made this thermal evaporation block from Mekanism, powered by these 2 advanced solar generators. And this is all to make brine. And brine is part of a process by which we can do, we multiply how many ores we get for each thing. Now, if you're savvy with everything, there is absolutely... This is still running. I'm doing a little bit of enchanting, but you know we're going to turn off for now because it's going to be really noisy. Come here, guys. Bye. And bye. Okay. There's a way to get 5 times the output for Allthemodium. It is very complicated. But also, the mod pack just updated. Let me see over here. This is how we got it set up for the brine. Coming from a sink, going in here. You have to have 2 evaporation valves and 1 controller. And I made the full size, so it's 18 blocks tall. And you can see we've got plenty of brine here. And yeah, it doesn't say how much our production is right now because it's not currently making any. It's full. We are going to be using these. And the mod pack updated, so now LaserIO is also able to handle fluids, items, and power. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to set up 5 times ore multiplication. And it is going to be very, very involved. But I'm going to walk you through how to do it, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do it with LaserIO and streamline the whole process for use in whatever we wanted to. So, yeah. This is going to be very intensive. But first and foremost, we do know that when we get whatever ore it's going to have to go into a chemical dissolution chamber. But before we can even get to the chemical dissolution chamber, we have to make sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is made with sulfur trioxide and water vapor. Sulfur trioxide is made from oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Oxygen is super easy. We'll get into that. Sulfur dioxide is made from sulfur dust. Now, the sulfur dust that we are going to be making, we are going to get it from a pressurized reaction chamber. All it requires is oxygen and coal, and that can be water. So we'll say oxygen. I hope you're following along. So once again, coming back through here, we have to have sulfuric acid, sulfuric trioxide, and it needs oxygen, and the Mekanism is also going to need oxygen. So one of the main things that we have to do is we need to get a way of extracting oxygen. And with that, we can do an electrolytic separator. And that is going to take water and turn it into hydrogen and oxygen. So the very first machine that we have to worry about getting is an electrolytic separator. And we have one. Hello? Come in. There you go. So we need to figure out how we're going to line this whole thing up. And keep in mind that all of this is ultimately going to be able to be in one long linear line, okay? Now, we need a little bit of space to start going with some machines before we even get to the brine. The brine is used further down the step when we get to a chemical injection chamber. So we get dirty Allthemodium slurry, chemical washer is going to wash it. That goes to a crystallizer. That makes a crystal. The crystal is then going to get washed with hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is made from hydrogen and chlorine. Chlorine is made from brine. Okay? Yeah. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But I digress. So this is going to be a whole lot of work. So the first few things that we're going to need to make sure we figure out is I want to make sure I have as much room around these blocks as I possibly can. I'm going to probably do the line of machines as they progress this way. And so our processing machines, we're going to stick up here. Now, we're going to just go ahead and stick this one right here. Okay. And the first order of business is, well, we're going to need to make sure we're getting power to these. How do I want to do that? That's an interesting question. Because we're going to want to have this have power while it's going. I have an idea for that. And I don't know if it'll necessarily work, but I think it's worth a shot. Why don't we, first and foremost, come up here and let's look up dimensional cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. We're going to need all of this again. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And this is just some proof of concept stuff right here. Now, do we have another card? We do. Okay. So the big question, because this network that I have set up here, feeding power from our pizza power, and especially since we're not currently running the quarry, can I then go in here, copy it to link 8? And then, this is just a proof of concept. Okay. And if this works, I mean, like, this might even just end up being kind of what we're just gonna do. This isn't where it's gonna live. We're gonna go ahead and stick it right here. And we're gonna throw it in. Oh, and we're gonna go out. Yes, it's gonna work. Okay. So this is how we're going to get power to this whole system down here. Now, I got a couple of things that I have to do. Mostly I have to go craft a bunch of the LaserIO stuff. It's going to be filling up my inventory. But I'm going to get that stuff all set and ready, and then we will start making this happen. Oh, yeah. All right, so I just tried to start setting this thing up, and I came into some problems right away. Now, it's true. Laser nodes absolutely can do fluids, items, energy, etc., etc. Really, really handy stuff. Problem is, can't do gases. Can't do it. It will not work. Will absolutely not work. So, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to think about how we're going to separate some of the different materials that we're going to have to work with. And I want to do it in this space, but I might need more space. I'm really hoping not. Now, I believe that because our first step in this process is we need to separate water and make hydrogen and oxygen, that if we go through the line and figure it out, we can see how many things are going to use hydrogen versus oxygen and know which way we're going to pipe it. I do think also that we're still going to be able to utilize these for liquids and for energy, and ultimately also for items. But we're probably not going to end up doing the items, predominantly because I'd much rather have those things just be a simple pipeline. I don't really want to have to worry about trying to program either which ones go which or into what direction. So rather than have to deal with that headache, we're mostly going to use LaserIO to control our energy and our liquids. Now, that being said, we are going to be able to get our power through here. And I think what we can do, we can just, you know what? I think it'll be fine if we just stick our sink here. We are going to need water further down the line. So we are going to have to go ahead and concern ourselves with pulling some of that out. But also, I don't know if this will work necessarily. Dumping excess. No. No. I was kind of hoping it would reset itself. Yeah, we'll just dump excess on that stuff and just kind of let it balance itself out for right now. Fluids. I don't know if it'll naturally just pull it in as it works. Maybe it will. I'm not sure. But anyway, okay. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do with this. Allthemodium. And we're going to go through the line. So again, as we first start, it gets into the chemical dissolution chamber. But before we even get there, sulfuric acid. Water vapor is... we'll get to that in a minute. It's not going to be that big a deal. It's rotary condensator, and it's just water. It's not that big of a deal. But water vapor is a gas, and so that's going to be something that we'll have to address. Now, boom, boom, boom. See, this is complicated, guys. Sulfur trioxide is this is a fluid, and this is a fluid. I think that's a gas. Is sulfur trioxide a gas? It might be. Okay, so there's one oxygen. And then in order to make our sulfur dust, we need hydrogen chloride, which is hydrogen. So there's one hydrogen, sodium, and that's brine. Okay. So far we have one oxygen, one hydrogen. Cool. Now, to go further down the line, that's just water. Then it goes to the crystals. Crystals go to hydrogen chloride, and this should be the last real chemical that we need to worry about. Hydrogen chloride is, again, hydrogen. And then I think oxygen actually happens a little bit further down after that. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like there's only two for each. And if that's the case, then I'm not really too worried about which way we're going to pipe it. So we're just going to arbitrarily pick one. This will be our oxygen, and this will be our hydrogen. So let's go gases, and we're going to go output blue. Actually, that's not what we wanted to do, but I guess we don't have any options now. And then output 2. Okay. So that is hydrogen. Okay. Do we have a way of like marking this? We'll just do the wooden block. That means hydrogen. Okay. Sure. We're getting real high tech with this one, guys. Okay. So again, going back here. Boom. Sulfuric acid. Water vapor we're not worrying about right now, but we are going to need to put down a chemical infuser. But before we get to that chemical infuser, we need another chemical infuser that's going to take the oxygen and sulfur dioxide. So we're going to want... And that's where we're also going to end up with our sulfur dust stuff. You know what? I don't like it. I want oxygen going this way. I want oxygen going this way for a very important reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap these. And then we're going to break this stuff. And break. And break. Break. Break! There we go. The other thing that I was having issues with is keeping everything powered. I was having a bit of an issue with that. This thing worked at first and then stopped working. And it was very frustrating. No, I want you to place. Cool. Thank you. And it's going to go out. Okay. We need a energy card going up. And we're going to extract. Cool. We're going to leave that on channel 1. And then that's north. We're going to go energy card into north. Insert cool. Energy limit 100%. That's interesting. Okay. Well, whatever. And that is not working. Probably because we have to set input on the front face. Yep, there we go. And then we'll just connect these two. Cool. Is that working? Nope. See? And that's what I'm talking about. What is going on with this? This should absolutely be pumping out. The question is, this is a big, big question, okay? The question is the problem with the interface that this is not really able to draw? Or is the energy not really interfacing in with the machine like we need it to? Should be put insert. It should just be default. Priority 100, I guess? And that should be fine. It's the same channel. Transfer amount. Transfer speed. Okay. Yeah, see? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So we're going to have to test it. Hang on. Okay, so some good news. I tested this out with the little energy cube that I use with my digital miner. And not only is it keeping energy in it, it's outputting to that. And now this is actually outputting to the electrolytic separator, which is great. Now, we need to make sure our oxygen is going this way. So let's test that. Boom, boom. No. What? Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Because the thing is, we need to make sure that our sulfur, which is going to be made using coal, it needs oxygen. Because we're going to have coal coming in. So we need oxygen to go that direction. And it should have. Okay, let's see. See what happens. Okay, and boom. Okay, it's going. So then our gases for here is going to be the dark blue. I wonder if I actually had that right to begin with. And if I did, I'm going to laugh so hard. So incredibly hard. Okay. To get our silver dust, we need a pressurized reaction chamber. I think I have one. Pressurized reaction chamber. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Pressurized reaction chamber. We're going to throw over. And does it need... Here's a big question. It needs water. Yes, it needs water. So we're going to throw it. We're actually going to stick it right here. Boom. Okay. Let's clear all of our settings. Okay. Now we're going to get our gases. Input. Sweet. Then we're going to also get fluids into the front. We're going to throw this down. And then, so we're looking at north. North extract. And we're going to put that on channel 3. And then this one is going to be west. Let's see. Is that what? Yeah, that's west. Kind of hard to see, but whatever. We can clear that. This is going to be an insert. Okay. And they're not linked yet, so boom. All right, it's filling up with water. Okay, cool. Now, when we get our sulfur down here, or our coal, then that'll be pretty easy. Up here, I set up a restrictive tube so that I could save some of the coal essence just for crafting and things like that. Well, I have another restrictive tube that I can set further down the line. And then what we'll do with this is we're going to route coal essences all the way into this room. We're going to auto-craft them into coal. And then, I wonder if that's too high. I don't think so. Right there. Kind of hard to do with flying because I don't have any augments that keep me from having like the flying crafting issue. Okay, so that's going to pull some coal down. If I remember correctly, the crafter didn't really work too terribly well with LaserIO, but that might have gotten changed. So this guy is going to need to be able to get some items in from the top. And I think the easy way is going to simply just be sticking the crafter one above. Now, I did want to use this all with LaserIO, but honestly, like, it's not that big of a deal. Let's just use this one. Like, that's not going to be that big of a problem. Also, because the crafter is a little funky and weird with LaserIO, I'm going to go ahead and just connect it by power cables, basically. Wow, I really need to get a button to calm down my speed. There we go. Okay. Gotta go boink, boink. Thank you. Then we're gonna pull some in from here. So, extra coal essence comes in here. This has a dropper enhancement, so it drops it straight into this. It crafts up the coal. The crafter crafts the coal. And the coal goes down here to the crusher. Crusher turns it into coal dust. Coal dust goes into here. Now, this isn't working yet because we haven't hooked it up to power. So we got to go to the west. We got to grab ourselves. Oh, man, that was nerve-wracking. We got to go to the west. West. So I already got fluid. It needs energy. Insert. I really, really, really want to be able to use LaserIO for this. I really do. But there is no reason that shouldn't be working. That's just weird. That is super, super strange. I cannot for the life of me figure out why that's doing that. I'm sorry, but this is weird. This is super weird. Okay, well, I mean, there's not much else that we can really do about it except not use LaserIO, I guess. You know, that's really not how I was wanting that to go. But you know, I can't make the mod work. You know what I mean? Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay, well, I want to use better than just mechanical pipes. I'm going to scream into the void for a minute. I'm gonna make some more pipes because we have to get this done. We have to like have power, you know. So yeah, we're just gonna have to figure out exactly how we'll do it. We'll probably just have to run all the power on the underside. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to have to happen. That is a bummer. We'll be right back. Let me get some of this working. Okay, we're back. So I hooked all the water up to here. I now went into here. The coal dust is turning into sulfur. I went to set output auto eject on to go into this machine, the chemical oxidizer. Now this is going to make sulfur dioxide. Now what we need that for is now we're going to need to make sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide is made with extra oxygen in a chemical infuser. So we're going to get a chemical infuser. We're going to need another chemical infuser. I can tell you that right now. We're going to go like so. Basic universal cable. Set it like so. We're going to get... I don't think this handles any items, so we'll clear that. Energy, we'll get power on the bottom. Gases, we want... Let's see. Nope, this one. Dioxide. Yes, we want it coming in from the right. And that would be input 2. Yes. Then input 1, we are going to want it to come from the top. Okay. So in this one, we'll go to our gases, output, auto eject. This is filling up with sulfur dioxide. Okay. Gases, this should come in through the top. So we are going to want to grab... Is this our pressurized tube? It is. So this is where our oxygen is coming from. No, that is not how I want to go. Boom. Hey! And look, it's another Mekanism machine I have to mute. That's not going to get annoying. Nah. And that is going to start making sulfur trioxide. Okay. See how complicated this is? Now, we need to make sulfuric acid, so we'll need another chemical infuser, which we need to go make. And water vapor is from a condensator. So we got to go make both of those machines. We can do that real quick. It's not going to take very long. Also, why don't we just throw this back here for when we need it. So, rotary condensator, rotary. We need a tank. Easy. We need a chemical tank. Easy. And we need an energy tablet. No prob bob. Boom, boom. Cool. And then the other one was we need, I think it was another electrolytic separator. Allthemodium. Boom. Kind of a pain to have to keep doing this each time, but yeah, chemical infuser. Okay. Chemical infuser. Mm-hmm. 2 more tanks. Boom. Boom. And steel casing. Boom. And we got it. Cool. So, we're going to come down here. We need to pick a spot where we're going to be able to make... Where should we put this thing? So, this machine right here, the rotary condensator, I believe we could probably just stick it... Wait, hang on. Incorrect. That is a logistical transporter. That is not a power cable. That might be a problem. Okay, rotary condensator. We're going to clear everything. Fluids. Input. And it's making liquid oxygen? Yeah, that is not what we wanted. That is absolutely not what we wanted. Thanks, but no. Yeah, no. Okay, good. No, that's the infuser. Crap. Can we just dump it? Toggle operation. Oh, this is so annoying. That is frustrating. All right, I gotta empty this thing. Hang on. Okay, now in theory, this should work. If we go to fluids, input. I mean, it should. Fluids. Yeah. Input, output. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? This seems very strange. So we need to make... You know what? We could just go to this. Sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. We need water vapor. And so I guess we have to... How do we change it from concentrating to the opposite? Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, and another mechanism machine. That we have to mute. Okay, so that's making our water vapor. So this is going to be the other chemical infuser. And we want to make sure that we set this up before it touches anything. The energy is fine. That's not that big of a deal. Okay. So, looking at sulfuric acid, we want water vapor coming in on the right. So gases. We're going to want, okay, in the back, input 1. And to the right is input 2. Now, if we take this, we go to gases, we output to the left, and auto-eject starts to fill it up, okay? And then this one, gases, output, auto-eject, negative. Oh, you know what? I think we hit the wrong thing. Output, boom. No. Auto-eject. And we forgot to give it power. Of course we did. Like, oh, what's going on now? Well, now we are making sulfuric acid. Oh, yeah. Okay. So... Oh, man. All right. So all of that was to get to this very first situation where now we have sulfuric acid. We can then throw in our items into a chemical dissolution chamber, which I did not build. Are you serious? Are you serious? After all of that, I didn't end up making one? It requires quite advanced stuff. I think I might have already made some of that ultimate stuff. I'm not sure. Let's go upstairs and look. If not, I'll have to stop again and build it up. Yeah, it is called a dissolution chamber. So we'll just do this dissolution chamber. Can I make this? Okay, I need 2. Oh, yeah. Hang on. 1, 2. Then we go 1, 2. And we go 1, 2. Just have enough. Basic chemical tank. 2. Steel casing. Good. Awesome. Okay. This is going to be the heart of the process. So all of this comes down to here. Now, Allthemodium. Now, what this is going to do is it will take sulfuric acid, drench the Allthemodium, and make an Allthemodium slurry, which we'll then need to throw into a chemical washer, which just washes with water. That's simple enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I learned my lesson. I'm going to configure this before I move anything. Yep. No. Energy is fine. Slurries. No. Okay. All right. And throw the universal cable in there. I have this feeling that the universal cable is eventually not going to, not really going to take, everything. So we need, I want to say that's a gas. I don't know. Sulfuric acid, is that a gas? It has to be because there's no fluid. So we're looking at the face of it. So gases, output, auto eject on. And then you on your right side will be an input. Cool. Yeah. That's totally fine. And then we're also going to items input from the top. That's where we'll drop stuff when eventually we automate this. And then I think this makes so it's called a slurry. Yes. And so the slurry is here. Output. Auto eject is on. Cool. Okay. Now we need a chemical washer, and I don't think I made one of those either. Of course not. I thought I had everything. That's so weird. Chemical washer. Okay. This is a very complicated process, and I'm so bummed that we couldn't do this with LaserIO. I had a whole idea so it could be kind of spaced out but super clean, and it just didn't work out. Oh yeah, and while I'm here, so it's going to go into then we need a crystallizer. Yeah, so we need a washer and then a crystallizer. So washer. Oh boy. Oh, that's fun. I hope I don't end up having to make a bunch more of the hyper complicated stuff because it's kind of a pain. And I definitely don't want to have to do it on camera because it takes a while. We'll need this. We'll need the tank. We'll need casing. Boom. All right, we got a washer. We got our washing machine. Then we need a crystallizer. Crystallizer. Cool. And this is super easy. Wait. No, we need the chemical crystallizer. Oh, man. Okay. And we are going to be out of refined obsidian, but that might be okay. I might have enough that we can do it super fast. Let's just hope that everything else I have ready. I know I made a bunch of the reinforced alloy, but I might... Yep. Just ran out for one of those. That is a reinforced alloy and some refined obsidian. I think I have that. Yeah. We'll try this and alloy. I don't know. No. No, no, no. Obsidian. Where did I throw it? Oh, I have it right here. Haha. Hey. And that should be exactly how much I needed. Yep. Boom. Cool. And boom. Perfect. And then we just need a refined obsidian ingot, which is a osmium compressor on one of those. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got this over here. Oh, I already have some made. Never mind. We're good. We are good. We're so good. You don't even know how good we are. We are struck low by our lack of sand. One piece. Boom. Boom. Okay. Crystallizer. Let's get back to work. A boom, 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 doo. Okay. So this makes a slurry. The slurry needs to go to a chemical washer. Let's set the washer down first. We are going to clear, 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 and that's fine. Pull it up. Basic universal cable. Boom. So this makes a slurry, which we don't have any yet. Oh, yeah, we should probably figure that out. And we're also going to want to throw down some water. So, fluids on the back. Input. Cool. Then we're going to get our slurries. That'll be an input there. And then the crystallizer. Wait, we're not looking at the crystallizer. We're looking at the washer. Let's just do it through Allthemodium. Makes a dirty slurry, turns it into a clean slurry. And that'll be an output that direction. Because then it's going to go to a crystallizer. And then the crystal goes to a chemical injection, which will be hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride we're going to get from hydrogen, which is over there. Chlorine we're going to get from the brine that's coming in behind us. So that's pretty simple. Yeah. We can make this really, really tidy and close. Crystallizer, we're going to go here. We got our items config clear. Energy is fine. Gases clear. Infuse clear. Pigments clear. Slurries clear. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna get a power cable. Boom. Cool. It's got some power. It's going to accept slurries from that side. Input. And then it will have to do probably the items out the front. Yeah, and we'll mark it here that's where we're going to go with the items. Okay. So, last but not least, like we got this set for slurries. Eject is on. Check this one. Slurries, eject is on. Cool. All right. So, wait a minute. Maybe we're going to move to the right. Because it gets to here. That's the crystallizer. And then it's going to go... Oh, and it needs hydrogen chloride. That's right. So what we actually need to do is set up our hydrogen to be coming this way. And we can set up that, the crystal. And we need a chemical infuser here. Yeah? Well, the crystal needs to go to a chemical injection chamber. So we'll just do this. Chemical injection. Chemical injection chamber. Okay. Chemical injection chamber is going to be here. This will accept items from the right and gases from the back. Cool. So the chemical injection chamber is going to need the hydrogen chloride. And the hydrogen chloride is going to come from the hydrogen. So we need a chemical infuser here, which we don't have. Guys, how long is this episode going to be? Oh, man. Chemical infuser. So many chemical infusers. You don't even know how many chemical infusers we got going on right now. I mean, it is just wild. There are so many. Wait, also, what did it say? Did we need... No, we don't need any base control circuits. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So while that's cooking, let's make our tanks. Boom. Boom. Let's grab this glass that we made because we're going to need it. Grab this. Boom. Let's grab some of these. Throw them in there. Boom. Okay. And before we go, I mean, we're going to have to come up and probably make another machine or something like that at some point anyway. I mean, well, it is what it is. This is what we're doing right now. This is my life. This is my life right now. This is my life right now. So it comes down to the chemical injection chamber. Boom. And the chemical injection chamber needs hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is made in a chemical infuser. So we'll stick a chemical infuser right here. Hydrogen chloride. Okay, so let's clear the items. Hydrogen chloride. The front is going to be the output. Cool. We want from the right the second input, from the left the first, because we're going to need hydrogen. Yep. And that's hydrogen. Hydrogen. Okay. Now we need chlorine. Chlorine is made from electrolytic separator from flowing brine. And what do we use sodium for? Do we actually end up using the sodium for anything? I don't think we actually end up using the sodium for anything, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that is in an electrolytic separator with the brine. Do we have the... We do. We have an electrolytic separator. So for this one, we'll just set up the electrolytic separator right here. Clear everything, clear everything, clear. The brine will come in from the right. And then we need to figure out which one is which. Chlorine. So the one on the right is what we want to go out to the left. Cool. That should work. And eject on. Cool. All right. Well, then in theory, all we really have to do is... I don't know if it's going to reach. We'll find out. Boink, boink, boink. Boink, boink. Brine. Brine. This is sodium. We can dump excess sodium. Chlorine is going into here. It's a bit slow, but that's okay. We're going to be end up improving all of this anyway. And then we have our output blue. Hydrogen chloride. Excellent. Excellent. Guys. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. I mix an Allthemodium shard. Allthemodium shard just goes to a purification chamber, which also needs oxygen. Are we going to have enough oxygen? I guess we're going to find out. Purification chamber. Hey, we got one. This doesn't have any outputs on the front, does it? It does not. Okay. Purification chamber. We're going to take items from the right. Also, before we do anything, we should probably remember that, yeah, it needs power. Yeah. So, items from the right. It's going to need gases from the top. Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's get... to here. Okay, purification chamber. So let's see. It goes here. Goes in the purification chamber to oxygen. Becomes an Allthemodium clump, which then goes to a crusher, which then goes to an enrichment chamber, which then goes to a smelter. Okay. Yeah, a clump to a crusher. Crusher, enrichment. Okay. Okay. So we just need 3 more machines, and we are done. We need to make a crusher. Crusher? Boink. Let's make a couple of buckets. Boom, boom. Okay. Boom, boom. I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right. Crusher. Then it was an enrichment. Not a factory. Just the basic one. Enrichment chamber. Boom. And then... smelter. Schmelter. Energized schmelter. Boom. And followed up with the most complicated part of this build. A chest. Oh, I'm losing my mind on this thing, guys. I'm losing my mind. Okay. So one more time. Running through it. Allthemodium. We get to the clump. You make the clump through the purification chamber, which is that guy right there. Okay, cool. So you have the clump. Clump goes into a crusher. We're going to just do it this way. Boink, boink, boink. This thing is set to output auto eject. We throw the crusher down. And it is going to input, output, auto eject. Then it goes to the enrichment. Yeah, let's see. Enrichment. And then energize smelter. Okay. Enrichment chamber. Input, output, auto eject. Energized smelter. Input, output, auto eject. And then we do that. You guys ready to test this out? I am very ready to test this out. I'm super, super ready. I think I still have one of the ores. I've got 2. Okay. You know what? Let's grab them both. I am that confident. I'm really not. I should actually test this out with a totally different ore, but I'm not going to. YOLO. So this is the heart of it right here. Chemical dissolution chamber. We've only made a little bit of sulfuric acid, which is a little strange. It only needs 100 millibuckets, so we should be fine. Okay. This makes the Allthemodium dirty slurry. Dirty slurry turns into... I guess it's taking a minute. Oh, it's going into here. Yeah, it's turning into clean. Okay. Which should... Oh. Why isn't it coming out? Hello? Oh, auto eject. Chemical injection chamber. Makes a shard. Oh, okay. Auto eject on. Nope. Didn't figure it out. Output. Goes to the purification chamber. Makes a clump. This is exciting. These are all so slow, though. Dirty dust. Goes to the enrichment chamber. Okay. Goes to the smelter. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is wild. I've actually never, in all the time I played Modern Minecraft, I've never actually done this. Allthemodium ingot. That is so wild. Cool. So, I mean, like, it's one of those things where I think most people never get around to actually doing it, because it just seems like it's such a big process. You know what I mean? And it's kind of intimidating. I mean, look at this. This is pretty nuts. Now, what's cool about Mekanism, though, is that, you know, it's just kind of like a basic snake of machines. And as long as you know how to use the configs, then the whole thing is actually pretty streamlined. So we're really slow on chlorine. And I'm wondering, because I have all these upgrades. I can upgrade some of these machines and make them work really fast. But look at that. One ore is now 5 ingots. That is absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. What? I think we can get rid of our wood now. Oh, man. That is so wild. That is so completely wild. Look at this thing. Wow. Is that a screenshot worthy? Hey, hey, hey. That's pretty nuts. Wow, wow. That's so neat. Yeah, so I just threw the other one in there and, like, you know, just let it go. Let it have its fun. What is the bog down with this one? So we get plenty of sulfur trioxide. I feel like... So this is getting plenty of oxygen. Chemical oxidizer. Oh, I was curious about that. So... This is kind of something that I gotta figure out, though. I gotta figure out what to do with this excess hydrogen. And I had an idea of how to do exactly that, because there's no dump excess in there. But there is one more thing that we can do. We can make a gas-burning generator, if we can make 2 of these. Yes, we can. And we need 2 osmium, gold, and iron. Gold. That is not iron. Iron, and where's our osmium? Here we go. And is that all that we really needed in that thing? Yeah, we got all the alloys we need. Okay, cool. Crusher. I mean, I might end up just going ahead and upgrading every single one of those machines just so they move faster, you know. I mean, why not? But yeah, okay, cool. And this might just kind of even help the system run. I mean, it should just keep burning even if all of our power reserves are full. And it will actually kind of take the brunt off of some of this too. Let's see. It's this machine. Yes, it is this machine that is having some issues. So I don't remember which direction it's set up. Items are in, output is blue. Okay, so it's set up that will be on the back. Gases. Output. We're going to throw this right here. Yeah. And then it... What is it going to do? Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's going to bottleneck again when it fills up, but I guess we're going to find out, you know? Cool. Looks like it's slowly but surely going to kinda? Not Minecraft. Mechanism. Generators. Okay. All right. So obviously there is quite a little bit of work that I got to get done on this thing. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt, but now I know for a fact that I have access to enough Allthemodium that I can make the goal. Allthemodium seeds. These guys. And I know I've got enough Insanium. Insanium is just 9 of these, which are 4 of the Supreme. I've got so much. Here's the problem, though. And this is why we know exactly what we have to do next episode. In order to grow them, you can't use just anything else. You have to use magical soil. What's magical soil? Well, it's Insanium, an overgrowth seed, and a Gaia Spirit ingot. And you need Gaia Spirits, Terra Steel. Can't make Terra Steel yet. And then Gaia Spirits. And Gaia Spirits you get from fighting the Gaia Guardian. I can't remember. And it's a really tough fight. Even when you have full Supremium like me, it's not easy. But we're gonna have to fight him a lot. But in order to even get to that point, we have so much work we have to do in Britannia, and then we can finally start growing Allthemodium. Now, what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to go... I'm going to make things easy on myself. And I don't actually have to ever quarry in this dimension again. Once I get all that Allthemodium out, that was the only reason I was even here. My mystic agriculture stuff gets me all I need. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it into the nether and start looking for vibranium. And I'm just going to quarry all over the nether because vibranium is found in Warp Forest and Crimson Forest, Y100 to 123. And I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Why not? And that way I can hopefully get enough that I'll then be able to make vibranium seeds, which, unfortunately, we have to kill even more Gaia spirits in order to do. Oh, man. But anyway, that is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was long. I know it was complicated. I know we had some mishaps thinking we were going to use one mod, then we had to use another one. But hey, if you've ever wanted to try setting up 5 times ore in Mechanism, it's not impossible. It is a bit complicated. And there are room for improvements that maybe I'll show you once I get that worked out myself. But yeah, that'll be it from me. From my family dears, have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.